kitchen mop, an old fur coat with a bird on top, a moving mass of unpleasantness. Good grief, what a mess! Eggshells, porridge, felt meringue. Is this Prince Amir up in jam? In toast and ketchup, you'll never guess. Oh no, what a mess! Though he's not a pretty sight, he really tries to do things right. With a mother who's tall and slim, I wonder how she ever thought of him. A short-cut, scruffy Afghan hound, a more foul creature you've never found. A tangled bundle of princeliness. Good grief, what a mess, what a mess, what a mess, what a mess.
Watermass was enjoying a ziz. It was the 17th ziz of the 30 or so he usually enjoyed on a hot summer's day, and he was having it in his new top-secret hiding place, a small dustbin by the old barn. The dustbin was so small and Watermass was so fat that he stuck out of the top, but he balanced the dustbin lid on his head and reckoned he was as good as invisible. And as he was sleeping, he was dreaming his favourite dream. Crowds in the street stared up at a tiny dot racing across the sky at incredible speed. Is it a fat, scruffy spaceship? Is it a bionic doormat? No, it's Super Watermass. Pow! It was Super Watermass to the rescue at the speed of sound. Watermass loved to watch television, which he was always allowed to do, as long as he didn't fidget or be sick with excitement. And the one program he really loved was Superman. Wham! Super Watermass's paw went straight to the jaw of the evil menace who was threatening the world and knocked him out cold. The fight was over. Another triumph for Super Watermass. Watermass woke happily from his dream and trotted back to the house. Unfortunately, it was the last time he was to be happy for weeks. His trouble started when he heard his mother calling him. Eager not to keep her waiting, he tried to run into the house at speed through the cat door. He'd forgotten he was still wearing the dustbin lid. The people in the house grabbed him with cries that, "Look at him! What a mess! And little Poppet will be arriving at any moment." They scraped his coat with a painful steel comb and tied a pink bow around his neck. He felt awful, and worse was yet to come. Little Poppet usually went to boarding kennels when her house was shut for the holidays, but this year she was coming to stay with Watermass and his mother. "She has been nicely brought up," said his mother firmly, "so you must be on your best behaviour. She's only here for a month, and it would be nice for you to have a little cousin to play with. You're not to stay indoors in this lovely weather watching television. Take her out in the garden." No television? No Superman? For a month? Poppet turned out to be small, well-behaved, and neat as a pin. Watermass had never disliked another living thing so much in the whole of his short, fat, scruffy life. He took Poppet on a tour of the garden. Once out of sight of the house, she bit him most painfully on the leg and ran off into the brambles. He gave chase, got his coat hopelessly tangled in thorns, trod in a wasp's nest, and was shouted at when he got back to the house. Poppet returned neat and clean and was cuddled. Then Watermass let her join him in the traditional sport of chasing the cat next door. Poppet, whose twinkling legs carried her at an unbelievable speed, caught the cat and nipped her hard several times, mostly on the tail, which was her best feature. When the lady next door saw the damaged tail, she hit Watermass a painful blow on the nose with a folded newspaper. Poppet rolled over, and the lady tickled her on the tummy and gave her a chocolate cake. "Now listen, Poppet. said What a Mess. Dogs are meant to chase cats, but they're not supposed to catch them. Don't you tell me what I'm supposed to do, yapped Poppet. Do you think I wanted to come to this boring dump for my holidays? I hate boring grass and boring gardens and boring Afghan puppies. I like the boarding kennels. I sleep all day on nice sawdust and bark all night to keep the other dogs awake. That's what I call fun. Now I've been dragged here, I'm going to make you suffer for it. When the people of the house heard the noise, they rushed in to see what was happening. Poppet sat up and begged and was given a chocolate digestive biscuit. What a Mess was sent to bed without supper. The next morning, What a Mess and the cat next door held a council of war in What a Mess's second-best secret hiding place. Funny, really, when you come to think of it, said the cat. You and me, arch enemies, sworn to perpetual warfare until one of us doth perish. And here we are sitting together in a plan. Never mind that, said What a Mess. How do we rid ourselves of the evil menace? It's hopeless, said the cat. She runs faster than we can. She bites harder. It would take more than a scruffy hound to beat her in battle. It needs a super hound. Lights flashed in What a Mess's brain. Super What a Mess! Pow! Wham! He raced towards the house. All I need is a scarlet cloak and a huge S on my chest and have incredible superpower. The girl of the house was going to a party, and her red dress had just come back from the cleaners. He found a huge iron S attached to the wall of the old barn. As there was no telephone box, he decided to change in the dustbin, which now had old engine oil in the bottom of it. Poppet was asleep in a deck chair. I will climb onto the roof, he told the cat, then launch myself into the sky at supersonic speed. Vroom. A mile up, I will turn and hurtle down upon the evil menace. Peow! And then, wow, zap, splat. Don't look down, shouted the cat. Below, on a cushion full of expensive tinned food, dozed Poppet. Unfortunately, What a Mess's feet were slippery with engine oil, and he began to slither earthward. In a moment, Poppet had cleared the back fence and was racing at about 40 knots in the direction of the Sunnyside boarding kennels. The following morning at television time, the girl of the house dragged What a Mess in his basket in front of the set. He was having a zizz at the time, so he hardly heard her whisper, "Thank you for ruining my red dress. How did you guess I didn't want to go to that party? You are a super hound."
A compost heap, a kitchen mop, an old fur coat with a bird on top, a moving mess of unpleasantness. Good grief, what a mess! Eggshells, porridge, felt meringue. Is this Prince Amir up in jam? In toast and ketchup, you'll never guess. Oh no, what a mess! Though he's not a pretty sight, he really tries to do things right. With a mother who's tall and slim, I wonder how she ever thought of